Well, welcome back, everybody. It's another Monday, and the Orange are back at home this weekend. The Cuse now 3-3, taking on 5-1 Pittsburgh on Orange Central, or homecoming at the Carrier Dome this Saturday at noon. This is our regular visit with Orange head coach Scott Shafer. And Shafer, we talked to you after the games, of course, and certainly see the press conferences. But Monday, a little clarity, a little time to sleep on it. We'll give you another crack at it. What did you see unfold in Charlottesville Saturday?
Well, obviously a crazy game, back and forth battle, 3 overtimes, things we got to get better at. Third down defense, we had opportunities, got people, stopped where we want them, but we didn't finish the play. And really as simple as that, we had 3 of those and a 4th down on the one long drive. We pinned them down there, we felt good about it. So we just got to keep working that. And then, offensively, one of the first times this year we came up short in the red zone. Yeah. Our red zone offense has been very good. We got to be able to punch that thing in there. Got to be able to put it in the end zone. We came back later, ran the exact same play and scored. But disappointing. We left 10 points on, 10 points on the field right there with a missed field goal. And not scoring from the 1-yard line. And, you're not going to win football games if you can't finish, and we didn't finish in those 2 areas. You,
going into the Virginia game, had been 10 for 10 in goal-to-go situations with 7 touchdowns. In this case, I think it's frustrating, certainly. I think you were at the 2-yard line. You wind up going backwards. Anything you do differently there? Is that just a practice, an execution thing? Next time you approach that situation, what do you see?
We game plan all those things. We're not going to run that same play, but it's hard to argue with the numbers. Coach Lester and the offense done a great job in the red zone, so you just keep punching forward.
Yeah, crazy weekend as we see. Games are won and lost in all different kinds of ways. Yeah. Your friend Jim Harbaugh certainly in the most brutal way imaginable. Is your team, you had the 10-point lead, and it comes back, is it tackling? When you see the 18-play drives, that's obviously third down defense. You have a hard time getting off the field.
Yeah, it's a number of things. It's never one. Like I mentioned, we got to improve in our tackling and knocking the guy back rather than forward. We had, our penalties. We've been very good with penalties this year, the best we've been. We get a face mask that kept the one drive going. You flip it to the other side. There was, a couple calls that we didn't get going our way, and those officials have tough jobs, but. Boy, they've stung us the last 2 weeks.
Well, most notably, obviously, is the early either incomplete pass or what it turned out to be was ruled a fumble recovery for a touchdown by Wilfred Wahi of Virginia. So that's a game-changing play. That's 7 points for the Cavaliers there. Otherwise, you're punting. Is that just one of these things in football? That's the adversity you deal with? I know that, boy, that has to feel like a kick in the stomach during the game.
Yeah, most of those things usually balance out throughout the course of the season, so hopefully a few of those will swing our way. But I think you also, you make your own luck by the way you work at it and the way you try to improve at all those things that we've just talked about, whether you're talking the fundamentals of block protection and tackling or being more efficient on third down defense. And you go to work, you practice those things hard, and you try to get a little bit better. The uncontrollables are, disappointing, but uncontrollable. So you can't, you can't cry over spilled milk on those types of situations. You just plug forward to the controllable elements that you can improve upon through working at it, smart at practice.
And we're told in that one the lack of conclusive video evidence to overturn that. That's the way it goes with instant replay. The Orange did have another defensive touchdown in their favor in that game, and that looked like Julian Wiggum getting the ball out and Antoine Cordy running it in from there.
Yeah, and really it was Donnie Simmons coming in and being the second man on the hit that knocked the ball out. And then Antoine did a nice job scooping and scoring and making a play.
And Eric Dungy continuing to make plays. Are you this idea of jumping? Are you coaching him to do that, not to do it?
He's awfully exciting.
I
told him when I recruited him, we don't want you jumping over people anymore.
Yeah.
And he said, I know I'd get a touchdown. So
you didn't sign it, I don't think.
Oh boy, But I was pleased. His pass efficiency's been very good. He's been good at taking care of the ball in the passing game. In the run game, we had some mistakes where the ball was on the ground. We're even in turnover ratio, which we got to be +1. The difference is 17 value points. Through if you're 50%, or if you're 0, you're at 50%. If you're +1, it jumps up to 67% win percentage. And we got to do a good job getting the ball back, taking care of the football, and that's one area in the run game where we didn't do a good enough job with some of our meshes. In the passing game, Eric's done a nice job making good decisions. and that's why his efficiency is so high.
In fact, the early fumble there looked like just a handoff ball handling issue between Eric Dungy and Irv Phillips. All right, turn the page now to this week's game, and Pittsburgh comes in. This one intriguing on a lot of levels. Not only is it a great series and rivalry that dates back to the 50s, but your good friend Pat Narduzzi comes in, his first head coaching job. He's doing a great job so far.
Yeah, he is. They've done a great job finding a way to win games, close games. I kicked a 56-yard field goal, made it by 6 inches this past week to get a good victory over Georgia Tech. He's done a great job. Kids are playing really hard. They're playing smart. And Coach Chaney on the offensive side of the ball has done a nice job, pre-snap changing things up, and he's a smart coordinator that does some nice things to put you in some dilemmas. So we've got a good challenge here. We're just excited to get back to the Dome, back home, homecoming, get our kids back in a familiar environment, and go head-to-head with a nice rivalry game.
Chaney coming from Arkansas, where he had been the offensive coordinator. New coordinators both, new head coach, and Pat Narduzzi, who had been the defensive coordinator at Michigan State. So it's homecoming coach, Orange Central as we know it here on this campus. Hope that fans are enthusiastic for that noon start. We wish you the best in the practice week this week, and we'll see much more coming later in the week, okay?
Thanks, Matt.
Orange head coach Scott Shafer, you can see his press conference during the week on Thursday. Much more coverage all week long leading up to Saturday here at Cuse.com.